Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Sri Guru Samhita. The Legend of the Supreme Guru. Original in Marathi as Sri Guru Charitra by Sri Gangadhara Saraswati. Composition in Sanskrit by His Holiness Sri 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 Vasudevananda Saraswati, also known as Tembe Maharaj. This translation into English is provided by Dr. Narasimhaswamy Banavara. Chapter 44. Tantuka's journey to Sri Saila and the story of Vimarshana. Salutations to Lord Ganapati. Salutations to Lord Dattatreya. 1. The disciple Namadharaka requested Guru Siddha, O Guru Siddha, please have mercy upon me and narrate the rest of the story in detail. 2. Guru Siddha said, O Namadharaka, there was a weaver in Gandharva. This weaver was a profound devotee of the Supreme Guru. His name was Tantuka. 3. He would spend 9 hours of the day in his household work and in his profession. He would spend the last 3 hours of the day at the matha, that is monastery of the Supreme Guru. Sweep and clean the matha and do odd jobs around the matha. After completing the work, he would obtain darshan of the Supreme Guru and devotedly prostrate himself before the Supreme Guru from a distance. 4. Once it was the time for the holy and the great festival Shivaratri. Tantuka's relatives decided to go on a journey to Sri Saila for Shivaratri. Note, Sri Saila is a famous pilgrimage spot in the modern state of Andhra Pradesh. The divine Jyotirlinga, that is one of the 12 fiery and illustrious lingas of Lord Shiva in Sri Saila, is known as Lord Mallikarjuna Swami. 5. They invited Tantuka to go with them. Tantuka laughed and replied, You are all fools. You are making a trip to Sri Saila in vain. 6. The matha of the Supreme Guru is my Sri Saila. The Supreme Guru himself is Lord Mallikarjuna Swami for me. This is my firm belief. Therefore, I shall not come anywhere with you. 7. Hearing his words, his relatives taunted him as being a fool and left him alone. They all happily went on the journey to Sri Saila without him. 8. In addition, several citizens of Gandharva also left for Sri Saila, but Tantuka maintained his daily rituals. He would go and clean the matha, have darshan of the Supreme Guru at the Sangama, and salute him with great devotion. 9. Once the Supreme Guru asked Tantuka, O Tantuka, all your relatives have left for Sri Saila. Why didn't you go? Then Tantuka said, O Lord, I have everything I want right here. 10. Your lotus feet are all my pilgrimages I ever want. Only fools go all the distance to see that God made of stone. 11. Saying this, he saluted the Supreme Guru and went back home as usual. Soon it was the Chaturdasi, that is the 14th day of the dark half of the Hindu month of Magha, that is sometimes in February-March, and the day of the holy Shivaratri festival. 12. That afternoon the devotee Tantuka went to the Sangama to see the Supreme Guru. Since it was Shivaratri, he remained fasting. He went to the Sangama for his ritual bath. 13. Tantuka took his bath at the Sangama, saluted the Supreme Guru, folded his hands, and stood in front of the Supreme Guru with profound devotion. 14. The Supreme Guru said, O Tantuka, everybody else is away at Sri Saila for Shivaratri. Only you have remained here. If you had gone there, you could have seen the celebrations atop the Sri Saila hills. 15. Have you previously seen Sri Saila or not? Tell me, Tantuka said, O Lord, I do not know anything. I have this firm belief that all pilgrimages reside at your lotus feet. 16. Hearing his words, the Supreme Guru was convinced of the steadfastness of Tantuka's mind. He took mercy upon Tantuka. He called Tantuka and said, O Tantuka, I shall take you on the journey to Sri Saila. 17. Close your eyes and with both hands hold on firmly to my 2 padukas, that is sandals. Do not open your eyes until I tell you so. Tantuka did as told. Instantly the Supreme Guru transported him to the Sri Saila hills. 18. The Supreme Guru took Tantuka to the Sri Saila hills within moments and set him on the banks of the river Patala Ganga. He said to Tantuka, Open your eyes now. See, this is the Sri Saila mountain, and this is Patala Ganga. 19. Tantuka had felt sleepy for a few seconds. Hearing the words of the Supreme Guru, he awakened. Seeing the hills around him, he was surprised. What is this? Is this a dream or is this true? What is this I am seeing? Tantuka was astounded. 20. Then the Supreme Guru said, O devotee, why are you looking so amazed, as if in a trance? Do not fear, since you have come here, perform the ritual shaving and bathing. Then go and have darshan of Lord Mallikarjuna Swami. Note, devotees shave their heads in honor of Lord Shiva when they come to Sri Shaila. It is an age-old tradition. 21. According to the Supreme Guru's command, Tantuka sat down for his shaving. At that time, he saw his relatives and the other people from Gandharvanagara. His relatives saw him as well. They were surprised. 22. They said to Tantuka, "You have indeed followed us here. What a surprise! Why didn't you come with us? Is this right on your part? How could you do this?" 23. Then Tantuka said, "O relatives, I left the Sangama only in the afternoon today. Within minutes I came here with the Supreme Guru." 24. Hearing his words, some of his relatives said that he was definitely speaking lies. Others said, "He has joined us when we left Sangama. He has hidden somewhere and has followed us here. He is lying when he says he has come here with the Supreme Guru." 25. Tantuka did not want to continue the conversation with them. He quickly finished his shaving and bath. He arranged for gandha, that is fragrant sandalwood paste, flowers and other puja items, and came to worship the Shivalinga, that is Lord Mallikarjuna Swami, with profound devotion. 26. But what a miracle! He did not see any god in the entire temple but the Supreme Guru. The devotee Tantuka was extremely surprised when he saw the Supreme Guru in place of Lord Mallikarjuna Swami. 27. He saw that all the people who had come there were worshipping the Supreme Guru. He saw the Supreme Guru accepting everyone's worship. Seeing this, Tantuka realized that the Supreme Guru was Lord Shiva himself. 28. Considering this fact, he worshipped the Supreme Guru as if he saw in the place of the Shivalinga in the temple and received prasada from him. He happily returned to where the Supreme Guru was waiting for him. 29. Then the Supreme Guru said to him, "O Tantuka, will you come back with me? Or will you stay here for some time more?" Tantuka said, "O Lord, I saw an amazing miracle inside the temple. I want to tell you about it." 30. "O Lord, I did not see the Shivalinga inside the temple. I saw that all the people who had come to the temple were worshipping you." 31. "I do not wish to remain in this far off place, leaving you who are always near to me. Why do hundreds of people come to this far off place? I do not know the reason." 32. "You are definitely the Supreme Lord. You seem like a human being for ignorant people who do not know better. They do not realize your true form and greatness as you are in the guise of a human being." 33. "Many people are foolish and hence they have not realized your divine greatness. O respected one, why do so many people come to this mountain with so much difficulty? Please tell me everything in detail." 34. Then the Supreme Guru said, "O good man, O great devotee, listen. There is only one Supreme Lord who is present everywhere. In spite of it, there is such a thing as the greatness of a particular pilgrimage spot." 35. Then Tantuka said, "O Lord, the ever pure, ever knowledgeable Supreme Spirit is complete and perfect all over the universe. When this is the case, what is so special about a particular pilgrimage spot? O Lord, I am ignorant. Please describe this to me in detail." 36. The Supreme Guru said, "O Tantuka, you are asking me about the greatness of the Sri Shaila pilgrimage site. The greatness of Sri Shaila appears in detail in the Skanda Purana. I shall explain this to you in detail. Listen." 37. On the Chaturdasi day, that is the 14th day of the dark half of the month of Magha, there is a big festival in Sri Shaila. The greatness of Sri Shaila is extraordinary. I shall tell you the story of an incident that occurred here previously. 38. Previously in the kingdom of Kiratas, there was a strong and powerful king by the name of Vimarshana. All his enemies had bowed their heads in front of him. 39. King Vimarshana was very intelligent, strong, and an expert in politics and law. He was very interested in hunting different kinds of animals. His mind was easily attracted to and influenced by other women. 40. He would never think whether a woman was attainable or not, and whether it was proper or not to lust after a specific woman. He would eat all kinds of meat without thinking whether the meat was suitable or not. He looked like a cruel and evil man, but he was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. 41. King Vimarshana performed the puja of Lord Shiva regularly without fail. He would perform a special puja to Lord Shiva on the holy day of Shivratri. He would offer to the Supreme Lord music, all musical instruments, dances, and all other forms of worship with profound devotion. 42. Though he appeared cruel and evil on the outside to other people, he was in fact a great devotee of Lord Shiva in his heart. King Vimarshana had a beautiful and good-natured queen by the name of Kumudvati. 43. Queen Kumudvati was a very pious and virtuous woman, a pativrata. She was very chaste and good natured. One day the queen thought to herself, "What a strange thing this is. My husband lusts after another woman, but he still has profound devotion to Lord Shiva. How is this possible?" 44. One day the queen approached her husband and humbly said to him, "O Lord, O love of my life, I want to ask you a question." 45. Please forgive my impudence and answer me in detail. O Lord, you eat everything, including improper kinds of meat. You indulge in evil and sinful activities. You lust after other women. 46. In spite of it, you have profound and true devotion to Lord Shiva. How did this come about? O king, do not get angry at my question. My dear husband, explain this to me in detail and clarify my doubts. 47. Then King Vimarshana said, "O good and righteous lady, my beloved queen, you have asked me an excellent question. I have the memories of my previous lifetime. I shall tell you from my previous lifetime. Listen." 48. O beautiful queen, I was a dog in my previous lifetime. According to my past karma, I grew up in a hunter's house. Once, it was the day of holy Shivaratri festival. 49. There was a Shiva temple in the town. Several people had arrived at the temple to worship Lord Shiva. I also went to the temple in search of food and I was extremely hungry. 50. All the people were immersed in the worship of Lord Shiva, including chanting, hymns, music, and other forms of worship. Everyone was performing arati, that is divine light, to Lord Shiva. Some were performing pradakshina, that is circumambulations, and namaskaras, that is salutations to the Lord. 51. I went near the door of the inner sanctum of the temple to see the spectacle going on inside. As soon as the people saw me, they shouted, "Dog, dog," and came to hit me. 52. I was afraid that they would hit me, and so I began to run. People milled at the door of the inner sanctum and angrily chased me to hit me with sticks. 53. When I ran, I could not find a way out. I was afraid as well. Therefore, I ran around inside the temple several times along the path which is meant for pradakshina. 54. I was attempting to go outside the temple, but I could not find any way out. After each round of the pradakshina, I would come back to the door of the sanctum. 55. I would look for a place to hide, but I was unsuccessful. Lots of people were running after me and were attempting to kill me. 56. Thinking that I might be able to find some food, even half-eaten food, I ran into the inner sanctum of the temple and stood in front of the divine Shivalinga and saw the Supreme Lord. I saw the worship of the Supreme Lord. I had to run around the temple to save my life. 57. That became the pradakshina for the Supreme Lord. O beautiful queen, I had thus completed 3 rounds of pradakshina. I had rushed into the inner sanctum in fear, but I happily saw the worship of the Lord. 58. The people were very angry seeing me inside the temple. They closed the door of the temple and hit me with several kinds of sticks and other weapons. They dragged me outside the temple and threw me away. 59. But I obtained the fruits and merits of the pradakshina and the puja of Lord Shiva. O dear queen, as a result of those merits I have been born a king in this life. 60. I had not found anything to eat on that day. I died on an empty stomach. My dear, even though I had been born as a dog, I obtained several merits without any trouble. 61. Not only that, I saw the rows of light all around the temple. In addition to that, I breathed my last at the door of the Shiva temple that night. 62. Since it was Shivaratri that day, and since I had obtained all these merits, I was born a king and my memories of that day remained fresh in my mind. I also became learned as a result of those merits. Now I shall tell you the reasons for my bad behaviors. 63. A dog's nature is to eat everything it sees. It does not have the intellect to eat some things and not eat other things. It is due to that nature from the previous birth that I eat everything. That is also the reason why I lust after other women. 64. Hearing her husband's words, Queen Kumudvati asked again, "O Lord, you are telling me the story of your previous birth in great detail." 65. You are omniscient. You are a great devotee of Lord Shiva. O love of my life, have mercy upon me and tell me the story of my previous birth as well. Saying this, she touched the king's feet and saluted him. 66. King Vimarshana said, "O good lady, in your previous birth you had been born as a female pigeon. One day you flew into the forest to find something to eat and satisfy your hunger. 67. You found a piece of meat and were carrying it in your beak and flying in the sky. An eagle saw you and rushed forward to kill you. 68. The eagle fiercely followed you to snatch the piece of meat from you. You rushed into the forest to save your life. 69. The eagle was following quickly behind. Seeing the eagle following you, you were afraid and went near the Shiva temple on the beautiful Sri Shaila mountains. Lord Mallikarjuna Swami resides on these mountains. 70. Since the eagle was still following you, you were circling around the Sri Shaila mountains. You had become extremely tired. You had almost reached the Shiva temple on the mountain. 71. You were almost dying out of fatigue. At the time the eagle swooped down upon you and attacked you with its sharp and strong beak. 72. The eagle snatched away the piece of meat that you had in your mouth and flew away. You died instantly. As a result of the merits you obtained from circling the Sri Shaila mountains, which became your pradakshina of the Supreme Lord Shiva, you have been born now as a queen. 73. The queen, Kumudvati, said, O Lord, you are a great devotee of Lord Shiva. With your permission, from today onwards, I shall also worship Lord Shiva with profound respect and devotion. 74. Where will I be born in my next lifetime? What will you be born as? O great king, O great and devout follower of the rituals, please tell me all the details. 75. King Vimarshana said, O good lady, listen. O beautiful lady, my next birth shall be in the royal family of the kingdom of Sindhu. Note, the kingdom of Sindhu is located in the region on the northern banks of the river Sindhu, that is in Indus. 76. My dear queen, you shall be born as the daughter of the king of the kingdom of Sanjaya. You shall become a queen even then. You are a chaste person and a very good-natured woman. Note, the kingdom of Sanjaya is located in the region between the rivers Sindhu, that is Indus, and Vitasta, that is Jhelum. Now that there is also a Sanjaya kingdom in modern Indonesia, around the areas of Java. 77. In my third lifetime I shall become the great king of the kingdom of Saurashtra. At that time you shall be born in the royal family of the kingdom of Kalinga and become my queen. Note, the kingdom of Saurashtra is located on the Kathairwar Peninsula in the modern state of Gujarat. The kingdom of Kalinga is located in the modern state of Orissa. 78. In my fourth lifetime I shall be the king of the kingdom of Gandhara. O lovely lady, you shall be born as the daughter of the king of Magadha and will marry me. Note, the kingdom of Gandhara is beyond the Himalayan mountains to the northwestern of the Indian subcontinent, now in the northwest Pakistan and eastern Afghanistan. Queen, Gandhari is the great epic Mahabharata hailed from the kingdom of Gandhara. The kingdom of Magadha is located south of the river Ganga in the modern state of Bihar. 79. My dear queen, in my fifth lifetime I shall be the king of the kingdom of Avanti. You shall be born as the daughter of the king of Darshana and will marry me. Note, the kingdom of Avanti, of which Ujjaini is the capital, is located in the modern state of Madhya Pradesh. The kingdom of Darshana, of which the fabled Vidisha is the capital, is located at the confluence of the rivers Bes and Betwa in the eastern Malwa region in the modern state of Madhya Pradesh. 80. In the sixth lifetime I shall be born as the famous king Ananta. You shall be born as the princess in the royal family of Yayati and will marry me. Note, Yayati was a celebrated monarch of the lunar dynasty. 81. My dear queen, in the seventh lifetime I shall be born as the king of the Pandya kingdom. At that time I shall be a very great, handsome and gracious man. Note, the Pandya kingdom is located in the southern regions of the modern state of Tamil Nadu, with Madurai being the capital of the Pandya kingdom. 82. I shall be endowed with excellent qualities and superior knowledge. I shall have a smiling face and shall be as handsome as the god of love. I shall be an extremely influential king, and I shall be as illustrious as the sun god. I shall rule over my kingdom with great splendor, statesmanship and glory. My name shall be Padmavarna. 83. At that time, my dear queen, you shall be born in the royal family of the kingdom of Vidarbha. You shall be as radiant as the moonlight and be as beautiful and pretty as a golden statue. You shall be a treasure of beauty and grace. Note, the kingdom of Vidarbha is located in the modern state of Maharashtra. Queen Rukmini, that is the consort of Lord Krishna, and Queen Damayanti, that is the queen of King Nala, all hailed from the kingdom of Vidarbha. 84. You shall be a good-natured and virtuous woman. You shall be famous by the name of Sumati. At that time I shall marry you in a Swayamvara, just as King Nala married Queen Damayanti. Note: Swayamvara is an ancient tradition where the princess would choose her husband among several princes and kings who were invited for the grand ceremony. The princess would exercise her right in choosing the husband of her liking. 85. I shall rule over my kingdom for a long time. I shall be proficient in all the Vedas and Shastras. I shall win over the kingdoms in all four directions. I shall perform several sacrifices and appease Lord Agni, who presides over all sacrifices. 86. I shall worship all the gods and Brahmins and perform several righteous deeds and donations. I shall rule over my kingdom until a ripe old age. Then I shall hand over the reins of my kingdom to my son, the royal prince. 87. Then I shall accept sannyasa, that is renunciation. I shall seek sannyasa from my Guru Maharshi Agastya and attain Brahmagnana, that is divine knowledge and enlightenment. I shall then have the realization of the Supreme Brahman. 88. On leaving the mortal body, I shall be freed from all desires and attachments, including you and all material possessions. I shall be freed from the cycles of births and deaths and shall attain moksha, that is salvation. 89. These are the great merits and the fruits of worshipping Lord Shiva. This is the greatness of Sri Saila. Thus, King Vimarshana narrated everything to Queen Kumadwati. Later, the royal couple performed a pilgrimage to Sri Saila and worshipped Lord Mallikarjuna Swami. 90. The Supreme Guru said to Tantuka, "This is the greatness of the holy pilgrimage site Sri Saila. With the merits from the pilgrimage to Sri Saila, Vimarshana became king in 7 lifetimes. 91. Both the king and his queen attained salvation with the grace of the Supreme Lord Shiva. This is the greatness of Sri Saila. You have been thus advised by me, your Guru. Worship Lord Shiva with immense devotion and respect. 92. There is the Kalleshwara temple in Gandharvanagara. Lord Kalleshwara is equal to Lord Mallikarjuna Swami. They are both the same Lord Shiva. Worship that Lord with a steadfast mind. 93. The same Lord Shiva is Sangameshwara at the Sangama of the rivers Bhima and Amaraja. He is the granter of assurance and benediction. Do not doubt this. He is also Lord Mallikarjuna Swami himself. 94. Tantuka said, O Lord, what are you saying? When I went with you to worship Lord Mallikarjuna Swami, all I saw there was you, and none other than you. 95. When this is the case, why do you ask me to worship Lord Kalleshwara, Lord Sangameshwara and other gods? There is only a single Supreme Spirit who pervades the entire universe. He is the one Lord who dons several forms and is the source of several types of knowledge. 96. The Supreme Guru smiled and wore his padakas. He then said to Tantuka, close your eyes and tightly hold on to my padakas. Within an instant, they were back at the Sangama. 97. Meanwhile, the other villagers in Gandharvanagara noticed that the Supreme Guru had disappeared from their midst and were disappointed. They said among themselves, where is our Supreme Guru? Where did he go, leaving us all behind? 98. Some people said that he was right there somewhere, with some others said that the Supreme Guru was not there at all. They all sadly agreed that the Supreme Guru had gone somewhere. 99. Saying such things, they all returned to Gandharvanagara. But that time, the Supreme Guru was back in Gandharvanagara. He sent Tantuka to quickly summon all the Brahmins. 100. Tantuka quickly went to the village and told them about the command of the Supreme Guru. When they asked him where he had performed his shaving, Tantuka related all the events that had happened. 101. He also showed them the prasada flowers, holy bhasma, garland and other items that he had brought from Sri Saila. The people were all surprised. They said among themselves, what a surprise this is. This afternoon Tantuka was in his own house. 102. Others said that it was a lie. Others reprimanded Tantuka and asked him to tell the truth. Tantuka said, this is the truth. I went to Sri Saila along with the Supreme Guru. 103. Both of us returned from there in an instant. The Supreme Guru had commanded me to fetch all of you. He is at the Sangama presently. 104. At that time, intelligent and knowledgeable people said that Tantuka was speaking the truth, while fools said that he was lying. Then the knowledgeable people explained the significance of Tantuka's words to all the disciples. 105. Then everyone set off to obtain darshan of the Supreme Guru. O Namadharaka, on the day of the holy Shivaratri, all people worship the Supreme Guru. 106. Whoever debates this divine legend and considers it false shall suffer the distress of the fiercest Kumbhipaka hell. All the people who had gone on the pilgrimage to Sri Saila came back to their homes in 15 days. 107. Hearing all their accounts, all the villagers in Gandharvanagara were astounded. I, Saraswati, son of Gangadhara, am recounting the story that Guru Siddha narrated to his disciples Namadharaka. 108. Thus the highly knowledgeable Guru Siddha narrated to his great disciple Namadaraka the divine legend Sri Guru Charitra, which dispels all kinds of illusions and passions. I, the son of Gangadhara, am narrating this story to you. This divine Guru Charitra, which publicizes the great and unsurpassed legend of the Supreme Guru, grants all the devotees of the Supreme Guru extreme happiness and grants all listeners immense interest and devotion. Thus ends chapter 44 in the Bhakti Kaanda in the dialogue between Guru Siddha and Namadaraka in the text known as the Legend of Narasimha Saraswati, authored by Gangadhara Saraswati in the Marathi language as Sri Guru Charitra and referred to as Sri Guru Samhita, composed in the Sanskrit language by His Holiness Sri Vasudevananda Saraswati. Om Tat Sat. Mantrahina, Kriyahina, Bhaktihina, Kshamapate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.